let's jump back in time real quick. You can see how this started off as a pile of teak that I picked up from Facebook Marketplace. It was about $40 for this whole pile. What do you think? The next step of the milling process is to cut the strips into segments so I can glue them into rings. In this case, it'll be 12 segments per ring. Well, that's what's left of my stock that I milled up. I think I was pretty efficient this time with use of my wood. And there's the segments. And the next thing we're going to have to do is work on getting these things glued up into rings. So we'll get started on that. Maybe a light sanding, but I got a nice sharp blade and my fence is well set, so probably not a whole lot this time. Well, these are a bit small to run through my drum sander, so to flatten these out, we'll just run them on this piece of 120 sheet, 120 grit sandpaper, and then we'll get them on the lathe to glue up. So after about 10, not even 10 minutes, I was going to say 10 minutes, after about 30 seconds of sanding, I looked up and realized I have this. So this is how I'm going to flatten off those rings. I've confirmed that my bed is 90 degrees, and I'll just put my ring right on here flat. So I'll get my face shield on and get to sanding these. Again, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do this. So I had my son 3D print me these cones to help secure my bowls and such. So I have this small one, and he also printed me this large one. This will be the first turn that I test one out on. It's a reinforced, heavier duty plastic for the printer. I think it'll work well. I'll give you my thoughts at the end of the video, but I think it should stabilize well. If you guys are interested after I give my review, let me know. I definitely screwed this one up. It's all cockeyed and doesn't really want to line up, and it's going to be funky looking when it's done, but hey, we'll get through this. I was going to make this a gift. This now becomes a prototype. Unless my wife likes it, in which case she can have the one that I make better. And the lesson learned here. You can see, I don't know if you can see that this particular ring, actually, right here, this ring is not square. Because that one's not square, all these others that are square lined up with it, and they went off at an angle down. So in an attempt to correct this, I tried to flatten the base. I should have left the whole thing at an angle and glued this piece onto this piece separately, or before I try to fix it. So what's happening is this one's skewed. It's narrow up here. It's wide down here. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. So how do I fix this going forward? Because like I said, this is going to become a prototype now. These rings are so small, I couldn't flatten them my traditional way after I assembled them. So I tried to do it by hand on the upright sander as I showed you. What I should have done is got a piece of melamine, hot glued these to the melamine, then ran them through my drum sander. That would have got them square and flat, parallel to each other, versus this cockeyed mess that I have going on right here. I'm going to power through, see if I can fix this. Either way, like I said, this is no longer a gift. This is a prototype. These were supposed to be over here. Supposed to be... Oh, that looks like crap. That's okay. That's okay. And you can see where my layers were off. It's okay, it's good turning practice. I'll continue rounding this out. Yeah. Aside from the the error with the glue up here and this being wonky through here, and my pattern obviously doesn't line up anymore because I had to align it to make these rings sit kind of flat, avoiding that gap there. I like the shape of it. I like the color of it. So, this is almost parted off, but I'm not going to part it off anymore till I sand this down and get a nice finish on the outside and the inside of this. We're almost done. I want to thank Tom over at Axe for sending me out this kit. If you're interested in getting 50% off at checkout, I'll put a discount code up on the screen. Thanks, Tom, and let's continue on. All right, well, there you have it, folks. I finished up my bell. All in all, I'm kind of surprised at how nice it turned out. I mean, if you think about the mistake with trying to hand sand, I'll zoom in. I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but it's obvious where this was wedged this way versus this way on this piece. So we'll chalk that up to practice. I do like the way the teak turned. That's the first time I've ever turned teak. So, yeah, totally happy with this little bell. It's good. It's a good practice. What else can I say about it? 6 inches tall, 4 inches wide at the base, about 1.5 inches at the top. I finished it off with Axe abrasive paste. It had 12. Well, 12 or 16, depending on which ring segments. All in all, it's a fun turn. Lots of learning. I will have to fix this issue here that I was talking about with going at an angle because I was trying to hand sand it. I make a sled for my drum sander, which is over there. I can hot glue these individual rings to the sled, then slide the sled through. These are just too small to send through by themselves, the way these rings came out. Secondly, during the video I said I'd talk to you a little bit about what I thought about using these cones for the first time. I didn't use the big one because the piece just wasn't big enough. I used to use the small one. This is 3 inches in diameter by 3 inches tall. My son 3D printed these. They're set up for this thread here is 1 inch with 8 tooth pinch on it. And the same with this big one. Same thread there. But I thought that it was really handy to stick inside the bell and make it helpful. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder or not. But it's starting to come down really well right now. So anyways, I'm rambling on here at the end of the video. I appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate you watching and hanging out with me today. And if you liked the video and you stuck around this far, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like it. I'm okay with either one. Have a great day and keep on turning.